When you're really great, it means there's a huge gap between you and the next guy. And that's how I kind of feel with Andy Reid right now. So let's do my top 10 coaches in the NFL before we get to Nick Wright. I think Andy Reid's an easy one. Experience, play design, play calling. He's got the second most playoff appearances by any coach in league history, behind Shula and Belichick. He's been the winningest coach for 2 different teams. And I think the league punished him for a long time because it was a defensive league. The minute the NFL pivoted to an offensive league, Andy Reid has dominated it. He's number 1. I think Sean McVay is the best culture setter in the league. He got a head coaching job in the NFL at 30 years old, won a Super Bowl at 36. And this guy's had 8 different quarterbacks play a snap in 7 seasons. He's been in a very good division, and I've had other people in the NFL say this. His ability to not only see personnel in college, but develop it quickly in the NFL. There's a reason the Rams do not have a lot of busts when they draft. They have a good GM, but his ability to get the most out of every player in a roster is, I think, historically remarkable, and he's a good guy. Number 3, the most underrated coach, maybe in my lifetime, John Harbaugh, because Jim gets so much attention. This guy has the number 1 scoring defense under John Harbaugh. They always have great special teams, often best in the league, under John Harbaugh. And right now they have the best rushing offense in the NFL under John Harbaugh. All 3 elements of the sport: defense elite, special teams elite, run game elite. The guy can flat out coach. 4-time AFC Championship game appearance, a Super Bowl. Even the Andy Reids acknowledge, I'm going to let Spags do defense. Harbaugh does everything well. Drafting, player development, leadership culture, run game, special teams, defense. Number 4, he's a buddy, but I think Sean Payton's brilliant. 9 season was double-digit wins. You know, last year, everybody was banging on Russell Wilson. He got the best out of Russell Wilson. Russell's not going to be that good in Pittsburgh. He's not going to be that good. It was the Broncos' defense. And I think if you look at his history, one of 7 coaches with a Super Bowl. From the Parcells tree, he likes the rebuilds. The Saints were the worst franchise in the history of the league when he took them over. There was no franchise that it was ever had less talent and less cultural relevance in the history of the league of the Saints when he took them over, and they had 9 years with double-digit wins. Number 5, Mike Tomlin. Listen, he's had 5 different offensive coordinators, and I don't trust him with O-lines or hiring OCs. But we got to be honest. Since he's been coach, only 2 teams have had a better record, the Packers and the Patriots. And he's done it with different quarterbacks. Never had a losing record. I think he's the great motivator in the NFL. I think he gets players to play above themselves very well. I also think, why I've also said I thought he would be a great college coach if he ever wanted to, he's great in teaching. He's very good in motivation and player development. I don't think he has a touch for offense. I don't like his offensive coordinator hires, but I put him at 5. Now, you're going to think I have Kyle Shanahan too low at 6, but here's the issue. I love Kyle, but he is very tied to his play sheet, and I think it's hurt him late in big games. He has been outscored 58-12 in the 4th quarter and overtime of 3 Super Bowls. Now, again, I think, he's top 6 in the league. You can argue he should be higher, but I think John Harbaugh's history of both sides of the football and special teams excellent is above this. Kyle is very good. He is a Andy Reid type coach, a play designer. Again, he is tied to his play sheet, and there are times late in games where I think he gets out coached. I love him. I love his dad. He'll be a Hall of Famer. I think he's going to win a Super Bowl. But again, once you get past Andy Reid and maybe McVay and Harbaugh, it's inches, not feet. Number 7, Matt LaFleur. 56 wins in 5 seasons, tied for the second most in league history as a head coach. I thought last year the playoff win over Dallas in Dallas with the youngest team since the 1970 Buffalo Bills was a crowning achievement. I felt it took a while, but last year, Thanksgiving on, it felt like Matt LaFleur was now running the franchise, and Aaron Rodgers and the ghost of Aaron were officially out of the building. I think he's a really clever guy, very close. He may not be the culture builder of McVay or the play builder of Shanahan, but his IQ, his ability to get along with players and navigate through Aaron Rodgers, I think the guy's really good. Number 8, Kevin Stefanski, the Browns. Come on, man. This has been a tire fire my entire life. 2-time Coach of the Year, 2 playoff appearances, won a playoff game with Baker Mayfield. The guy is a really sharp dude. He and Andrew Berry know what they're doing. The Browns had the worst record in the league when he took that over. And I'm sorry, that matters to me. What do you take over? I don't care if you're a radio host. I don't care if you're a businessman. What do you take over? He took over the league's biggest circus, and he's made the playoffs twice. Number 9, Sean McDermott. He's got the most wins in the league without a Super Bowl title. Again, like Mike Tomlin, don't love his inability to create consistent run games. Tomlin, I don't like his choice on OCs. McDermott, O-line outside of left tackle has been a revolving door. I do think when they landed Cook, their run game will be now substantial going forward. But we can't keep banging on McDermott without also acknowledging this was a lousy organization. He's a very good leader. He's also willing to admit mistakes. And a lot of rigid older coaches don't. He can be a little tight. He can be tough on coaches, but he is willing to stand up, be a man, and acknowledge mistakes. Much respect for that. Sean McDermott, 9. Number 10, I know he doesn't have a big resume. Damn, I think DeMeco Ryans is great. I got to tell you something. I was told by people in the building at San Francisco, they thought his second year on the staff, they thought he could have been a head coach. And he was just out of the league. I'm sorry, but to take a rookie quarterback to build a staff, when I watch Houston play, I think they squeeze every ounce out of their talent. I know I don't love defensive coaches. That dude is dialed in. That is a culture creator. He's got, you know what he reminds me of a little bit? He's got some McVay. Really young, big energy, looks like he could play in the league, and a culture creator who makes quarterbacks very comfortable. Hi, everybody. It's me, Uncle Colin. Subscribe here to get the latest from the herd, including exclusive behind-the-scenes videos and more, wherever you may be, however you may be watching. Thanks again for making us part of your day.